Hello, guys. So, here we are today. We're going to deal with Module 6 Nature, Any Future Without It. Section 1 is an introductory section which is going to tackle a few introductory activities. Now, we'll start Section 1 with a mind map concerning threats to the environment. So, what are the possible threats to the environment? First of all, we'll talk about the extinction of species. When you say the extinction of species, we mean that some species of animals or plants stop to exist. The adjective is extinct. If we talk about extinction, we talk about the complete disappearance or extermination of particular species from Earth, whether that is plants or animals. The second type of threat to the environment is the imbalance in the ecological system. When you talk about ecological as an adjective, we refer to ecology as a noun, which is the study of the relationships between living organisms in their environment. The third major threat to the environment is pollution. Of course, pollution comes in different forms. We might have domestic pollution, air pollution, and sea pollution. All of these have a common thing, which is dumping of garbage. First of all, when you talk about garbage dump as a noun, it refers to a landfill or a waste disposal site. It's a designated place or area for the disposal of waste materials. This is where all the trash and the waste goes to after it is collected in from after it is collected in front of the houses. When we refer to the activity of garbage dumping, we use here dump as a verb. It refers to the act of disposing of waste materials in a non authorized or an illegal manner. It's also called littering. So to dump as a verb is to dispose of or to get rid of or to throw away. Of course, garbage dumping has got some repercussions or consequences on the environment. One of these is environmental damage. When we talk about damage, we talk about destruction or harm which is done to the environment. Another possible result is public health risks. So lots of people suffer from different diseases and illnesses because of pollution. Other possible threats to the environment include population growth. So if you look at the population of the world, you'll notice that it is increasing day by day. So the number of people living on Earth is getting bigger and bigger every day. The next one is climate change. And the third one is the overuse of water resources. So when you talk about these three elements together, they contribute to what we call water scarcity. And when we use scarcity as a noun, the adjective form is scarce, which means rare. Here we're talking about water shortage. We also refer to drought, which is the fact that the earth is getting dry every day. And the last element on this slide refers to fires. So we always hear about forest fires that start from time to time, especially in summer when it gets hot. Sometimes people throw their cigarette butts in the forest, and this is something that causes huge fires to start in forests. And of course, this causes damage to the environment. Now, let's carry on with more threats to the environment. We'll talk about factories. What do factories do? Factories produce and release fumes, chemical waste, and leak. A leak here refers to an intentional escape of something through a hole or a crack or another opening. It's also called spill or leakage. The verb is to leak or to spill. Sometimes factories leak or spill some chemical waste or some chemical substances into the ground, and this causes the ground to be contaminated. Now here we refer to the phenomenon of soil degradation. The soil gets degraded. So soil degradation or the decline in the quality or health of the soil is also called deterioration or erosion. Added to that, we can also refer to soil or water contamination. This refers to situations when factories release fumes, release chemical waste, or leak some chemicals, products or substances into the ground or into water, and this causes the soil or the water to be contaminated or to be polluted in return. So, contamination here refers to the presence of pollutants or harmful chemicals in the soil or the water. It's also called pollution or poisoning. Another aspect of threats to the environment has got to do with deforestation. What is deforestation? It is the clearing or the removal of trees and forests on a large scale. It's also called logging, lumbering, or cutting down trees. So, why do people clear trees from forests? They do that for different reasons. For example, for urbanization purposes, they want to create areas where they can construct buildings, houses, or roads. They also do that for grazing purposes. Here, grazing refers to the place where animals like sheep and cows can get food. So, they clear some trees in order to leave a place for the animals to graze or to feed themselves. Deforestation means more carbon dioxide and less oxygen. And this, of course, contributes to climate change. When we talk about climate change, we should talk about global warming. What is global warming? It is the long term increase in the average temperature of the Earth's atmosphere. It's also called global heating, greenhouse effect, or temperature rise. Both of these contribute to the greenhouse effect. Greenhouse per se is what you have in the picture here. So this is a greenhouse. It's used in farming to produce certain vegetables or fruits outside their usual time. For example, if we refer to tomatoes and peppers, these are normally produced in summer, but we do have them in the markets in winter. This is thanks to greenhouses. So, how does the greenhouse function? The farmers grow the vegetables or fruits inside the greenhouse and they regulate the temperature of the greenhouse. They trap the temperature or the heat inside so that it doesn't escape or get out. As such, they keep the greenhouse temperature the same all the time. The same principle also applies to the earth. Let's watch a video that would explain all what I'm talking about.
What is the greenhouse effect? Earth is a comfortable place for living things. It's just the right temperature for plants and animals, including humans, to thrive. Why is Earth so special? Well, one reason is the greenhouse effect. A greenhouse is a building with glass walls and a glass roof. The clear glass allows sunlight to shine into the greenhouse while also trapping the sun's heat inside. This is how a greenhouse keeps plants warm even at night and in the winter. The greenhouse effect keeps Earth warm in pretty much the same way. Earth isn't surrounded by glass, but it is surrounded by a jacket of gases called the atmosphere. In the daytime, The sun shines through the atmosphere, warming Earth's surface. After the sun goes down, Earth's surface cools. This releases heat back into the air, but some of that heat is trapped by the gases in the atmosphere. These heat-trapping gases are called greenhouse gases. Carbon dioxide, water vapor, and methane are all examples of greenhouse gases. Earth needs a balance of greenhouse gases to maintain just the right temperature for living things. But some human activities are changing Earth's natural greenhouse effect. For example, burning fossil fuels like coal and oil releases more carbon dioxide into our atmosphere. These extra greenhouse gases can cause the atmosphere to trap more and more heat, leading to a warmer Earth. NASA satellites are constantly measuring the gases in our atmosphere from space. They've observed increases in the amounts of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases. The information from NASA satellites can help scientists figure out where greenhouse gases are coming from and how they are ending up in our atmosphere. This information will help us better understand the impact that greenhouse gases have on our climate and help us better understand this very special greenhouse that we call home.
All right, guys, this is the end of part one of section one. I hope you have profited as much as can be from this section of the course. See you soon in another video. Thank you very much.